This is John for the Everyday Fan Sports. Today, I have the pleasure of being on the beat with wrestling manager personality Jason Midas. How are you,
Hey,
sir?
what's up, guys? King of Clubs here. Just having a great day. I know the clubs ain't open right now, but gotta pre-party a little bit. Glad to do it with you.
Well, you're like 24/7, right?
Oh, it doesn't stop, man. You gotta rave to the grave. It don't stop just because you're asleep.
I wish I could sleep these days, but so let's get back to how did you get started in wrestling?
In wrestling, well, I was doing a lot of things before I got started in wrestling, dancing, circus. I was a trapeze artist. I was just in super good shape. And when my favorite company, Freelance Wrestling, started their own school, it felt like a sign. So I started getting training, getting involved in the shows, and then just before you knew it, I was indispensable. And now this is all I do, baby.
And were you a big wrestling fan when you were growing up?
When I was growing up, yeah, man, I grew up in the '90s, and Undertaker was my guy. Ken Shamrock, Steve Blackman, Owen Hart. These were my guys growing up. I fell off a bit in college trying to be too cool for school, which was dumb. But I picked it back up again in about, I'd say, 2014, and it's just been a great ride ever since.
So I know you manage at Second Wrestling.
Correct.
Do you also wrestle ever?
I have wrestled. I've been injured for a while, but I'm always on the cusp of something. So if you ever see me in the ring, don't be too surprised. I do sort of know what I'm doing.
Okay. So as a manager,
Yes.
what makes you a good manager?
Good question, I would say. I've thought about this a lot. And yes, it is one thing to be a shiny object, both figuratively and literally. But I always thought that wrestling managers should be more like boxing managers and MMA managers. So, yes, I'm a good voice. Yes, I can speak for you. Yes, I'm a great example of the type of persona that you're putting out there. But more to the point, I'm comforting my wrestlers with a fan, with some water, with a bit of cool mist, maybe even a snack if you need it. Not every manager is going to do that, but your boy, the King of Clubs here, is going to take care of you during the match. I think it makes me one of the good ones.
So in terms of managing, I know you don't
Yes.
copy anybody's style because you're certainly an original. Are there any managers, past or present, that you kind of look at as maybe role models?
Well, the GOAT was Bobby Heenan, of course. He was smarter. He was the smartest guy in the room, and he wasn't afraid to let you know it. I always loved Paul Heyman. He's such an innovator, and he's so involved in whatever product he's putting out. And lately, Stokely Hathaway has just been sending me. He's really got something there. He's really invested in his talents. He really knows what he's doing.
Well, let's leave the Chicago scene for a minute. Let's just dream big time, as big as you want, past to present. Who would you like to manage? Or maybe a better way to ask is, who do you think in their career would have needed you to manage them?
I would have loved to manage the bar back in the day. Like both of them were great, but having just the one extra element of a guy who could talk for you a little bit more would have been fantastic. I would have. I think Santino did a great job with Kozlov, but your boy would have done a really good job as well. And these days, yo, if you're looking to party, I'm your man. I feel like I do a really good job with. I'm not sure if you're familiar with the Minnesota talent NDS.
Yeah.
We have a pretty similar vibe. I think would do well. And there's some up and coming talent like Reagan Lydell who I think could benefit from some of my expertise.
I love Reagan Lydell. It's just one of my favorites. I
Oh,
covered her
absolutely.
first match, and I've been to a few of hers. Great chops. Love the cartwheel. One of my up and coming young favorites.
Oh, and she's so tall and rangy, and I've seen her in training. She's a really hard worker, but I also know she likes to party, and I can't wait to take her to some more, let's just say, sophisticated parties.
Well, are you going to be pursuing her from a managerial standpoint?
Right now, let's just let her get her feet wet. If she decides that my managing services are necessary, they'll always be available. Heck, there's always room on the guest list.
Well, now this might be a little bit of a touchy, controversial subject, but some people say that you maybe bend the rules a little bit during matches to favor your guys. What do you have to say about that?
I mean, listen, the rules can bend but never break. That's how it always is. The best tree is one that will wave and come back. So listen, as my grandfather used to say, if we didn't see you do it, it didn't happen. I'm just saying, like, there's lots of reasons that everybody should be looking at me. And if you're not looking at me and I get away with something, well, that's really your fault, isn't it?
Well, the ref should be watching everything. So in that respect, I can't argue with you.
I can't tell you how to do your job, Stripes, but listen, if you're slacking on it, that ain't my fault. It's my job to do the best I can for my talent. And if that means that you don't notice what I'm doing and something, I guess I did it then, huh?
And as a manager, obviously you've managed a bunch of different places. Especially at Second Wrestling, you've managed a lot of different type venues. Does the venue itself change, or the crowd at the venue, does that change how you manage, or are you just laser focused on your guy and it doesn't matter?
Well, I cannot help but want to talk to the crowd when they talk at my guys in such a derogatory manner. I mean, they got to focus on the match. So don't spend your time talking to the riffraff. This guy can do it for you if you really need to. But in my opinion, this has always been my opinion, the best thing a wrestling crowd can be is full. So if we're filling up that spot, well, we're doing a good job. And if that means I gotta tongue lash a few you guys, you're gonna get tongue lashed.
I've seen you in action. You are one of the best.
Oh, thank you. I know.
Obviously, I'm stating the obvious, right? So let's get really specific now. The last Second Wrestling show, you managed Larkin versus Ezio Orlandi. At the end of the match, Larkin won. Your guy won. Congratulations.
Yes, Jackson Larkin. He's on the way.
I'm sorry?
Jackson Larkin. He's on the way.
Yeah. But something strange happened at the end of the match. He won. Jackson Larkin left the ring. You stayed in the ring and talked to Ezio. Now, I've interviewed Ezio, and he did tell me that you might be in negotiation with him.
Is there a question?
Well, the question is, are you in negotiation with him?
Well, I mean, it's my job to always see what's on the table, right? So I'm not going to say that I'm not giving him a look. I recognize talent when I see it, but all I can do is put the ball in play. It's up to you to play with it. So Ezio Orlandi, I'm interested to see what you can bring to the table, but I'm not quite sure the table's set for you.
Well, are you trying to expand your stable, or?
I mean, I would be remiss if I'd be remiss if I didn't expand my stable, would I not? As I've said to Larkin, two people's great for bottle service. A party requires a lot.
Could a tag team be in their future?
I mean, never say never, man. But when you've got two strength guys going up like that, then you can build a whole wall and nobody can get through that wall. So I'd be interested to see if they want to have a conversation. We'll see if they mesh. It's really up to them at that point.
Well, at the next show, which is going to be December 11th, the fans want to know, I want to know, are you going to be in Ezio's corner?
I'll be in a lot of corners, man. There's a lot going on. Listen, we're going to come out. We're going to see what we can do. If Ezio's still an unproven product, unlike my boy, the Stampede, Jackson Larkin, if he starts to prove himself as a guy who can hang, I guess I could make some room. We'll see if there's enough space in my corner for a guy. I never seen the guy party, so I don't know if he can hang, you know. Ezio Orlandi, for all of his benefits, is a very serious man.
Well, then he might need you to loosen him up a little bit. That'd be perfect.
Everybody could use a little bit of Jason Midas' golden loosening. I'm just saying.
I know I can. So, So have they announced Larkin's match yet? Jackson Larkin.
Oh, they have, but I am not at liberty to share that information. That's not mine to give.
Okay. So, but you know who it is. So are you?
I know.
Are you guys already working on strategies for that match?
We've been in between, hangovers. We've been texting a bit. We've met up a couple times, and we got a bit of plans. You never really know what's going to go down in these sorts of things. But the best we can do is prepare the best that we can. So if we know our stuff, then hell, I don't see who can get through us.
Now this is going to be a dumb question, but as
Hey, I'm all about dumb, baby.
well, look at me. So, as an intrepid reporter, I have to ask the question: Does your partying ways, do your partying ways, ever get in the way of your managerial prowess?
Well, I'd say not on the job, but I can't quite hear as well as I used to. So, if you're chatting to me in the crowd, if you're trying to give me some instructions from the ring, I might not hear you all the way. I'd say that's probably it. Sometimes I think the bell is ringing, but that's just tinnitus.
I got that too. So what is in your future? Obviously, you're continuing your managerial career. Do you hope to get back in the ring as an active wrestler?
I'd love to get back in the ring at some point. We'll see what the cards hold. It's a never say never. I've been in better shape. I've been more vicious in the past. I'm really having a good time being the guy who can facilitate a party, but isn't it more fun to be on the dance floor?
That's true. I can't argue with anything you said. You make total sense, which is probably why you're an excellent manager. You got me already persuaded, man.
Hey man, if I can make you believe, then they all will.
Exactly. So December 11th,
December 11th.
that's going to be your next big party, right?
That's correct, man. I'm always on the cusp of something. A Sunday party is always a good time. You have a bit of the morning to prepare for it, but that's the next big jam, man. I hope everybody's got their dancing shoes on.
Well, I've got a front row seat. I know I'm going to be there.
Hey,
I will be reporting on exactly what's happening because I'm dying to see what's going on with you, with Larkin, with Ezio. Maybe somebody else. Who knows? Because you're a man of mystery. I know that.
hey, man. I've always deigned to be a little bit popular, so I can imagine the allure is pretty strong.
That's why I had to talk to you, my friend.
I get it.
Could you blame me?
Not at all, baby.
Before I let you go, promote anything you want. Tell everybody where they can find out information about you. It's your show now.
Yes, I'm all over social media at the Jason Midas. You can find me all over the place there. You can often hear me. I've lately been doing amazing commentary work with Freelance and Freelance Underground and a little bit of Black Label. You can always catch me there. If you want to see me partying, I'm at every freelance wrestling show doing something. And heck, man, if I could promote something completely random, Nala, you're the best DJ on the planet right now, and you're killing it. You and Valentino Khan know how to throw a party. Invite me to some more parties. Great place to party is the Logan Square Auditorium, and you can always find me there, man. Check me out on the socials. Invite me to your parties. I want to hang. We'll see if you can keep up.
I doubt I can keep up, but I can at least live vicariously through you, my friend.
Hey, I did something then, didn't I?
Exactly. Well, Jason, really, I appreciate your time. I look forward to seeing you on December 11th. It's going to be a great night. I hope. I know tickets are selling fast. There's only a few left, so
yeah. As of this recording, there were only 20 left. Everybody wants to see the Stampede, but man, that Stampede's a coming. You got to get out of the way.
I can't wait to see what's going to happen. I really, it's driving me insane, but we're only like 15 days away. So I just have to be patient. So,
hey man, I'm already insane. We're good.
Jason, thank you for your time, buddy. And I will see you there.
Thank you.